Hey guys, welcome back to Super Dollars Podcast. It's your girl Paislee, and today I got Princess Havoc in the building. Hey, how are you doing today?
I'm doing okay. I'm doing okay. Day two after surgery, and I'm so.
Oh my gosh, yes. So you literally just had surgery like yesterday morning, right?
hmm
Ugh. Okay, so tell what's going on there. And no, it's
Well,
not plastic surgery.
no, I had a uterine ablation because basically I've gotten to the point over the years that my periods were so bad that I'd end up in the hospital almost every month because it was hurting, or then they go like 2 and 3 weeks, and it was just so much pain. And finally, when I turned 35, they were like, oh, okay, maybe you know what you're talking about. And so it's been like 6 months we've been working on getting this to this point. And
Mhm.
basically, I can't do anything for 14 days. I can't even masturbate. And they got very specific when I was like, how about if I just use like my vibrator? Because 14 days without coming, that's really hard.
Yeah.
And they're like, okay, so you can't do any anal, you can't do anything vaginal, you do anything clitoral. I was like,
Oh, they stopped all that shit. You're gonna be so horny.
girl, can you imagine the attitude I'm gonna have by the end of this 14 days? Whoever gets it, like after I get off of this convalescing, they in trouble.
Uh-oh. Okay, so for everyone who doesn't know who Princess Havoc is, tell us who Princess Havoc is.
I am a BBW interracial porn star.
So what got you into that? So how many years have you been doing this?
I'm going into my third year
Okay.
of being full time in the industry. I've dabbled for several years.
Mm-hmm.
And then when COVID hit, I thought it was a perfect opportunity to start a brand new career, where I didn't have to I didn't have to go be around, retail, stuff like that because of how
Mm-hmm.
dangerous it is. And I'm immune compromised because I have thyroid disease. So I've been able to be doing porn and also limit my contact with people and protect myself and my family from COVID. Thank God I
Yeah.
haven't, knock on wood, I haven't gotten it yet,
Yeah, me either.
but it's been I feel like it was probably the best decision ever because porn really did it's taught me to love myself, and I actually like who I see when I look in the mirror now, which before I was like, who's going to want to buy my porn, who's going to want to book me, who's going to want to shoot with me. I'm a big girl, and then I meet people like Ash Loren and Julie Ginger and Brianna Kahlo, and they're out here killing it,
Yeah.
and they're just
Shout
the
out to Julie
embodiment of self.
Ginger.
Yeah. And Marie Daly, she's also on the list. It's like I see all these girls who are my size or bigger, Ruby Monroe, and they're all out here doing it, and they love it, and they're happy. And why is my phone doing that? Okay, sorry. And it's really, really, porn over the last 2 years is really, it saved me. It taught me how to love myself,
Mhm.
and the level of confidence I have now versus when I first started is just completely unreal.
Yeah, so I feel like a lot of people don't understand that because that's the same thing for me. So I got in, I would say, the adult industry when I was 28. So prior to 28 and 18 to 28, those 10 years, I really didn't feel pretty. Like, I didn't feel attractive. I just had low confidence. My self-esteem wasn't that high. I felt myself being a negative person. I get into this world, and like for the past, because I've been in the adult industry for 3 years too, the past year, just people constantly saying, oh my gosh, you're so pretty, and giving you all these compliments and just your fan support, and they actually want to buy this content from you. Like, I was
Who
just
the fuck are we?
yeah.
Like, who
But
am
it
I? You're just like, you take your time out of your day to say hey to me, and you want to see what I'm up to, and it really does. It makes you feel really good to, and you have people come in, different fans will be like, you know what, you brighten my day today.
yeah.
I was having a bad day and I saw your smile and it made me feel better. And you're just like, that's why I do it. The
Yeah.
nuts and the loves.
Okay, so you got into, did you work for any companies first, or you did the solo route, or what was your first scene like?
Well, got really, really sick right at the beginning of COVID. I never did know if it was COVID or if it was just a really bad something. I was in the hospital. It was right before COVID was a thing. So I don't
Okay.
think they had a test for it really at that point, or,
That was like late 2019, right?
yeah, it was actually Christmas week.
Okay,
And I
yeah.
was in the hospital because I was just so sick. I had some kind of really bad upper respiratory. They had me on a breathing machine and everything. It was rough. And on Christmas Eve, they fired me because I had missed 2 days of work, and it was double points in, Walmart.
Okay, so
Um,
where were you working at before?
I was a asset protection associate. So basically, I did the shoplifting thing.
Okay,
And
okay,
yeah,
yeah.
because people are afraid of my blonde 5 foot ass. My ex-husband actually was wanting me to leave there anyway, because at the time I was with my ex-husband, and yeah, I had somebody had thrown me into a Coke machine, and I had busted the back of my head open. I
Oh,
didn't need
wow.
stitches, but it was, you could tell I had a scab back there. I had bruises, and he was like, "This isn't safe for you." I was like, "Nah, let him come again. I'm gonna fuck him up. Let him come
Wow.
again." He was like, "You are crazy."
Mhm.
Another reason why, one of the reasons we're not together anymore, but it was like, dude, really? Um,
Yeah, I don't
they
people think
fired me,
people
and then I was
understand.
like, oh, I'm gonna, I was talking to my boyfriend because after that I was with the guy I'm with now. And you've seen him. He's adorable. Um, but he was like, well, if you wanted to do anything, what could you do? I was like, shit, if I could find a way to get paid to have sex, that'd be my ultimate goal. Because I love having sex and I like money. And he was like, what about opening an OnlyFans? It's like, actually, I have one and I've never done anything with it.
Okay.
And so it just kind of started as that. And then we started because he loves to see me get fucked. Like, he's not a cuck or anything, but he loves to see me be pleasured.
Mhm.
And that turns him on to see me be pleasured. And then he goes and be like, all right, who's daddy? And it's like, all right, cool, got you, cool. So that's kind of how it started, and I would film my little escapades of, people I would play with. At that time it was really shitty POV. Nobody's face was in it, barely mine. I would do stuff without makeup on because I'm like, if I'm not doing stuff on the camera, I don't wear makeup.
Mhm.
I feel like I'm glammed up when I put my lashes on, and it's like, outside of that, I'm a stay-at-home mom, so I don't put makeup on unless I'm shooting. And at
Okay.
that point, like, there's several scenes I won't even use now because I just like, my hair's everywhere, makeup is not done, so you just have mom face there, and no.
I definitely think it's good when you see growth because you should have saw the wigs I was wearing. When they Google Paisley Hayes, like sometimes I'll Google my name and old shit will pop up. I'm like, oh my gosh, ew, what made me do that? So
Ultimate booby, sorry, I'm adjusting so we have ultimate titty without slippage.
okay, good. So how was that getting into that makeup journey? Because I wore makeup, but not to this extent. Because now
Well,
I'm on camera.
I've always had a lot of makeup, and I always like to play in it. I went through a goth stage, so I had a lot of makeup. And then I had my daughter 5 years ago, and I stopped wearing it because young children don't give you much time to do stuff.
Yeah.
Now she's just into it with me whenever I want to do my makeup. Mommy, can I have some too? You know what? Sure, whatever. And
Yeah.
it's now a thing, we put makeup on together. And then that's cool. God gave me a best friend.
For sure.
Trust me, she matches the attitude. She's 5 going on 35. But God help the guys who think they're going to date her. That's all I can say.
Okay, so how is it being a parent in this industry? So do you find it well, I know your kid's homeschooled, but
Uh-huh.
just that interaction, does she have friends or other parents? And because I encounter that problem because when I take my daughter to the movies with her friends or and I have to meet these other parents and stuff, like I just be hoping that they don't ask what I do because I don't know what to tell
Um, I've gotten like some of my family knows what I do,
them.
and
Okay.
some of them don't. Like, I think like 2, maybe 3, and a couple of my cousins know
Mhm.
because they're closer to my age. They're pot smokers like me, and we're just kind of like, I feel like I'm one of the black sheep of my family
Oh yeah, me too,
because, like,
most definitely.
part of my family, and I don't take, I love my family so very much, But there are part of my family, they come from money, and they are very well established, and they have a different lifestyle. I come from blue collar workers who had, I learned how to work for every dollar I get. And so, there are two different parts of our family, if you get my drift.
Yeah.
And I'm the first one. I had a kid out of wedlock. I've been married twice. I'm in the process of a second divorce, and still with somebody else. Is like, I'm the one who does the things that they expect the bad person to do, I guess.
Oh
The only
yeah.
thing I haven't done the drug addict thing, other than I smoke weed.
Yeah.
Um, so I guess I'm lucky on that, and the alcohol. I don't have those problems.
Mm-hmm.
But you asked me a question, and there was a point in there somewhere
About how do you deal with
Oh
maybe
yeah.
like your child's friends, or like getting that interaction with people
But
and
just
telling
tell
them
them I
what
own
you
a
do.
production company, and I'm a model. But
And
again, it's like I try to surround myself with people who don't judge you based on what you do and understand. Like I look for my 420 moms,
yeah, for sure.
because generally the 420 moms are a lot more open and accepting, and realize
Mhm.
that, just because I make porn does not mean that I'm a bad mother, because my daughter knows I'm a model. She knows that mommy gets dressed up pretty and goes to work. And
Yeah.
that's what she knows. And she's proud of me. And every time I get dressed to go to a shoot, she says, "Take pretty pictures, mommy." And, and she's like, she's my biggest fan.
Yeah.
Um, I don't know, dealing with people outside of like 420 moms and my family, we don't really go outside of our comfort bubble.
Hmm.
So I don't know how to handle it, other than like the people who already know. And I'll fill people out and be like, okay, yeah, I'm a model. And I pretty much try and leave it at that, unless they're like, oh, and then they start, if they're cool and they start being curious, then I'll open up a little bit tidbits until finally it's all out there. But
Yeah.
I'm not ashamed of what I do. I'm not
Okay.
embarrassed. I don't think that I'm doing anything wrong,
Okay.
just because I'm not. I mean, I hate working a 9 to 5, so I chose to start my own business where I work 100 hours a week and 365 days a year.
Yeah.
I mean, even yesterday, I was coming out of anesthesia yesterday, and I'm still like doing stuff. So it's like,
Yeah.
I don't stop ever.
I don't
So
think
I'm
people
not
understand.
embarrassed.
I don't think they understand like this industry is work. Like
It
it
is, and
is
sex
a
is one of the smallest
nonstop
parts of it.
work. So let's walk us like on a day that you're shooting and you have a lot going on. Walk us through how a day like that works. How do you operate? How do you eat? Like, are you just because it's hard managing everything.
I'm so very structured, and like if I have a shoot, like I don't like last minute shoots, not because I don't like to shoot, but because I like to plan things out. I like to figure out what I'm going to do, what outfits I'm going to wear, how I'm going to do my hair, how I'm going to do my makeup. Because usually when I shoot, I do 3 or 4 scenes. I do as much as we can in the time we have.
Okay.
So I want to be able to say, okay, if we have time to do 5 scenes, I want to have 5 scenes ready, or I want to have 5 outfits ready so that we can just move in and go. Um, so usually shoot days, I get up and I'm checking off my mental list. I've got several pads around the house. I write lists of everything I need to do. I set alarms in my phone.
Mhm.
I try and keep the mornings. I never do anything in the morning because I'm a raging bitch. And if I don't have a calm morning, I can't be calm the rest of the day.
Mhm.
And so I just don't do morning shoots. And I don't schedule anything before 12, because I was like, that's my time. Setting clear boundaries is a big part of it. But usually in the morning I'm getting ready. I have a process like, okay, I got to get up. I got to smoke my bowl. I got to drink my coffee, take my meds. I don't usually eat on shoot days
Okay.
because I have a gag reflex. And if there's deep throating, I don't like puking on the dick.
Oh yeah.
Like, it's one thing to have all the spit come out, all day long, but you make me throw up. I don't like it.
Mhm.
And it makes me want to throw up more, not because I'm gagging on the dick, but because there's throw up there. And I'm just like, okay, we got to stop and clean it up. We got to clean it up. We got to clean it up. I can't.
Yeah.
So I tend to not eat on those days, or I'll drink something like a protein shake or a smoothie
Okay.
early on in the day just to get get the calories and stuff in there.
Hmm.
But I'll try to do my more intense stuff where I can just eat dinner at like 10 or 11. And then after we're done shooting, it's eating time. We smoke, kick back, and eat. I try to do scheduled things when I do shoots. Like it's like, okay, we're gonna shoot from here to here.
Hmm.
Um, Again, because I've got really bad anxiety and ADHD. So schedules, I thrive in them, and the more structure I have, the better I am. The less structure there is, I'm like, huh? I don't know. I don't know where I'm going. I don't know what to do. Whatever.
Hmm.
So I try to keep everything very, very structured. And I'm going to be doing a lot more structuring going into this year because I've really just been sitting here waiting for this surgery for the last 2 months because I haven't been able to work.
Okay.
I basically had a period since I was at New Jersey Exotica, and
Ugh.
it's been ridiculous. And so, I've been able to work around it a little bit, but with period comes pain, and things are swollen, and it's not fun to shoot.
Hmm.
So I've had lots of time to reflect, and yeah, there's definitely a lot more structuring going in so that I can be more relaxed.
So is
Because
there any way around working on your period? Because I think that's something else that's not talked about.
there definitely is. And like I went and I did a shoot with purebbw.com with Christian out in Vegas, and my period popped, like it ended and it went away. And then I got there, I woke, and it was just there. I'm like, really? Okay. So I was like, I was like, I know I brought sponges just in case. And he's like, okay, yeah, we use sponges, like makeup sponges. We use the little triangle incline ones. And
Uh-huh.
we used like two of them. We had a couple where we had to pull it out and put another one in, but it's like the level of professionalism he had while I was working with him on it, he didn't make me feel bad about it. He was like, it's just normal. It's
Hmm.
part of life. That's part of having a pussy. It's going to bleed sometimes.
Hmm.
So, him and Jen, they did great. And it was like, he helped me with the sponges. He helped me get him out. Actually, we forgot to get the last set out, and I went and had dinner with Julie Ginger and Babe West, and there was a couple of other people. There were a couple of guys there too, and their names are escaping me right now, but they were also lovely. Um, and I'll be honest, I was high as fuck. Sorry. I got with Julie, and Julie keeps me stoned out of my mind.
Oh my gosh, Julie stays. That's one thing I know. If I'm around her, I gotta be able to drink. I gotta be able to hold up because that girl can drink.
She can't
Okay.
drink.
And then,
She's always been very respectful of me not drinking. Like she knows, I was like, I don't drink. It's not because it's not because of anything. Like at this point, I've gone off my anxiety meds now because I've got on the right ADHD meds. So I could probably drink again, but I really have no interest. I'll just smoke.
yeah,
I smoke and I drink my water.
yeah.
And she's never really, she's like, you sure? You sure? You don't want a shot? Let me know if you change your mind. All right, more for me. Let's go.
That's what she said. Yes, yes,
Okay.
yes. That's her. So I was like, okay, but we haven't got to smoke yet together. But I know we're gonna get super lit.
She is so fun to smoke. I did a shoot house, but I went to Miami in
Uh-huh.
February last year. That we bonded because I rode down with Thor and Song, and Samaj for the shoot house. And
Mhm.
we bonded on the way down, and it was like every morning we had our routine. We got up and we had our coffee and we smoked a blunt or we smoked a joint, and we were just like, okay, what are we going to do today? Call times at 10. What are you shooting? My testing never came in because I went to a new place because whatever. And they never did give me my testing. So I was able to work with a couple of people who accepted my 30-day testing and understood, like they knew me a little better, knew that I'm not out fucking off camera and not,
Yeah.
I'm very serious about what I do. I don't fuck off camera. Even my boyfriend and I, we have very limited sex just because, like when I'm shooting, because we want to make sure everything is safe, and accidents happen in the industry. People get stuff. And so it's just, we want to protect everybody's health. And that's like my number one concern when I'm shooting is people's health and safety.
Yeah, most definitely. So I don't think that's talked about either is some people wonder, well, they're just doing all this fucking and they're fucking everybody. But a lot of these people require that you have testing that same week. Like that's, and some within just a few days. So it's like,
It depends. Yeah, I've been to events like I had to when I did the Miami one. I think they wanted 7-day, which was where I ran into a problem because of I thought it was 14-day or something. It was something. It was
okay,
something silly. No one was mad at me. I didn't do anything wrong. It was a miscommunication. It happens.
yeah,
And I still got like 18 scenes in. Like I still got work in. I just couldn't participate in like the orgies and stuff, which was sad because they looked really fun.
okay,
But yeah, testing is like me personally. If I've shot with you before and I know, I know you pretty much, I know that you're not out doing risky shit, I'll usually take a 30-day. But the first time I shoot with anybody, I always require 14. And, most of the people I shoot with, we talk beforehand, we kind of talk about our habits a little bit. And I make sure that we talk about it because I've, at one point in my last 2 years, I have had a bad test that I was like the most humiliating, scary thing I have ever experienced. And like, I didn't talk to anybody about it. I just disappeared for a month. I made sure I had 2 good tests and everything was good. And then I went back to work. But it's something that we should have an open conversation about because it is a very real risk. It is something that does happen no matter how careful you are. Like I shower 5 times a day usually. If I see clients, I shower a full shower in between each client. I don't like I don't do like it's just I'm very, very particular about my health. And so if it can happen to me, someone who is extremely like I scan the talent tests, I check the logins, I'm very adamant. If it can happen to me, then it can happen to anybody. And it's something that we should try as a unit, I think, to be more understanding about.
yeah,
Because we are put at risk constantly, and we should be much more supportive of people who there has been an accident because
yeah.
it does happen.
And then I think just overall as a whole in society, people should understand that getting your common cold is worse than catching like chlamydia.
It
Like, I
is.
don't think people understand that. And they make all sexually transmitted diseases look like they're just so fucking horrible and it's so nasty if you get one and this and that. But, some of them, they'll go away just like that. You take it in a couple days, it's gone. Of course, there's things out there that, you have to be mindful of because if you catch,
Right.
it's like you screwed off. But if you're practicing safe, habits and stuff and something happens to slip up, I don't feel like someone should look at you like, ew, that's the one that catches the diseases or
Of
stuff.
all the people I have talked to in the industry, I have not met one person who's been in the industry actively doing boy girl scenes, group scenes, like shooting more than just solos. I have not met one person who has not had a bad test at one point in time.
Okay.
And we get treated and move along. It's like, this a sad thing is I think that this stigma that comes with STDs, and it especially attaches in the industry, it starts when you're doing sex ed in school because they teach abstinence. And sorry, my throat's still a little sore from the intubation yesterday.
Oh no, you're good. Take your time.
They teach abstinence. Everything is all categorized as you're disgusting, you're dirty. The stories they tell about people who get STDs are crack addicts and homeless
Yeah.
people. They don't say, okay, well, it's an easy treatment. I didn't even know what trick was until I got into the industry.
Oh yeah.
I had no clue. And that's Georgia, South Georgia.
Hold
Just
on.
don't have sex,
Hold
should
on.
be all right.
Keep your train of thought. And because I'm gonna start this over because it only allows you 30 minutes and I want to make sure the videos go through.
Okay.
So just give me like 3 minutes, I'm gonna start it over. But we'll pick back up or talking about trick.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, let me see.